there was a bunch of guys in my year group who all played rugby. They were the ones who always had the girlfriends. They were the jocks, if you will, of school. And I didn't want to aspire to be like them as people, maybe, but definitely physically, they were kind of the alpha males, and I was way behind that, which is essentially how I started getting into training.
Growing up in Hong Kong, in the school that I was in, there wasn't a very big working out and exercise culture at the time, so I didn't really benchmark myself against kids in my school, nor did I really benchmark myself against kids in Hong Kong. It was really looking towards guys on magazines and guys on television, and that was really where I wanted to be and what I wanted to look like.
There was a couple of guys that I looked up to a couple of years above me that were Asians, and they were actually, you know, because they were slightly larger for Asians, and they were quite you know, strong and ripped.
Oh, a lot of the time it was my peers, people who I went to school with at the time, people who I played sports with. I played a lot of football, a lot of rugby. Yeah, it would definitely be the people I surrounded myself with, friends, teammates, that sort of thing.
So you always felt pressure, you know, in order to impress the girls, you got to, you know, have a certain body image, and like if you didn't have a certain body image, you know, the girls won't look at you, that kind of thing. So you know what high school's like, you know, people always like very judgmental, and they always judge upon first appearances, you know, and as opposed to like who that person really is or what their passion is or that kind of stuff.
I started to go through puberty and have the growth spurts and get rid of my braces and start to think about looking good for the girls and all that kind of stuff, because it became more about how good do I look with my shirt off versus how strong am I in the sports field regardless of how I look.
So I mean, yeah, when I was younger, I definitely had some body issues that I wouldn't have told anyone about at the time. It would have been very much kept a deep dark secret, and you know, I would only ever remove my hands off my body as soon as I stood up straight, so you couldn't see any folds in my stomach. I thought if I was ever going to be popular with the opposite sex, or being taken seriously in a sporting atmosphere, even in the workplace, I just felt like when I put on like a work shirt, I just felt like I was a boy still. I didn't feel like I'd grown up. Honestly, I think having my first girlfriend was a big one. She ended up liking me for me rather than what I look like. During the period that we went out, I did mature a lot more.
Whatever sports I played, I was quite good at, and so that gave me the confidence, you know, in terms of my abilities. And with that confidence came recognition from people, and that recognition allowed me to just kind of slowly start forgetting about my body, because it's like, okay, the body doesn't matter so much because I'm actually getting recognition for my abilities as opposed to what I look like.
You can always have your dream body. You can have that cover model, that athlete, that whoever that you want to aspire to look exactly like, but at the end of the day, I'm going to bring this back to genetics. We are all predisposed to look a certain way.
I always seemed to be a little bit stronger than other kids when I was growing up, when I got into the Hong Kong setup and all that sort of thing. I actually seemed to be able to deal with like weights and stuff like that a little bit better than other people. I could lift a little bit more, and I guess my attention kind of shifted to getting stronger and proving that I could be stronger than other people, and I didn't have to have that skinny look or the lean look.
We're not all built to be that way. And for me, I think the most accepting thing for me was that, you know, this is the body that I've been given. I'm going to work really damn hard my entire life to get everything I can out of what I've been given, and that's got to be okay with me.
And then you get people like your coaches who would say, look, don't worry about how you look, I'm worried about how you play on the field. So yeah, again, there's just different focuses. So for me, going into it, I was definitely worried about the aesthetic side of it. But as I grew up, and as you learn more, and as you surround yourself with more well-informed people, you realize that it's not such a big deal.
You know what, I really think, and you read about this all the time, that the media has such a big part to play in it. I actually think Hong Kong as a local population doesn't have a massive body image culture installed in it.
But locally, I think people are very focused on like academics and all that. So they don't even think about, your body, and they don't relate your body to your health,
The body image sells a lot of things, so yeah, when you grow up, that's definitely what you see, and that's definitely what kind of gets ingrained into your head, and that becomes your goal, whether you want it to or not.
In that respect, there was a lot of pressure on me. And boys can lie as much as they want and say they're not like girls, but I know a lot of guys that are as self-conscious, if not more, than a lot of women. The pressures affect you just the same.
If you're looking after your body the way you should do, and of course education has a big part to play in that, you will look like a healthy individual, and how that manifests itself according to you as an individual, we should always be comfortable and happy with. At the end of the day, you just got to be comfortable in the skin you're in. It's especially if you're a teen boy, you gotta remember you're still growing. You're gonna grow until you're about 20, 21.
Nutrition is 70% of the battle if you're trying to increase weight, lose weight, and then smart training tips. I remember just going in gung-ho and just actually ending up having to have a few surgeries because I imbalanced my body so badly, not really knowing what I was doing. If I knew what I knew now, I would have probably sought out the help of someone to help me achieve my goals. Even if it might be a little bit more expensive, the advice that they can give and the long-term benefits are going to outweigh any sort of short-term gains that you might get from a mental health magazine that says you can get ripped in 6 weeks.
Something I always tell myself, and I tell a lot of people, is just to follow your passion. Don't feel pressured by other people. Don't feel pressured by what the social media, what images you see on social media. Yeah, this person might get a lot of likes, but you don't know what the person is like behind the scenes.
Body evolves with what you do. You grow taller, you may lean out, you may gain more muscle, whatever it might be. But you just got to learn to be comfortable, with the skin that you were born into, and a lot of that will come from who you surround yourself with.
Don't worry about your body image, because what's more important is who you are as a person, your character, your personality, and just focus on your passions. If you don't focus on your passion and you're not happy, it doesn't matter how nice your body looks. It's not going to come through, and people are not going to see the beauty